Hello and welcome back to my Pokemon Journeys review series. Today we are reviewing episode 114 and I hope you enjoy. So Ash is preparing for the Masters 8 and he gets a call from Oak, but before Oak even gets a chance to talk, Ash remembers that he actually has a bunch of Pokemon at Oak's lab that he can just go and train with. So he decides that that's the best way to prepare. So Ash can go head to Oak's lab and literally every one of Ash's Pokemon appear and come and greet him. At least I'm pretty sure it is all of them. I didn't count them because there's so damn many, but it was just so nice to see them all again in this episode, with Bayleaf leading the charge, showing how much she loves Ash. It also seems like they have their own little cliques now, the fire types, the grass types, the water types and the flyers. Ash tells his old Pokemon he needs their help for the Masters 8, not in battle, just their support and team morale I guess. They do all help Ash's Journeys team train throughout this episode, which was pretty cool. My problem with Ash's old Pokemon in this episode was they didn't really stand out. We didn't get to see much personality from many of them other than a few like Infernape and Bayleaf. It felt a little crammed and I would have liked a bit more time for Ash and his other Pokemon to have moments. After getting burnt by Infernape, Gengar goes flying off into the woods. Ash goes to find him and then the man himself appears from the bushes. Why he was hiding back there we will never know, but Paul is back and it was nice to see him again. He's acting like his usual self and apparently he's come here to learn a bit more about Pokemon from Professor Oak. The highlight of this episode was for sure the introduction of Paul, the little shot of Infernape and Paul staring at each other, and then the whole Diamond and Pearl flashback backstory for Infernape, with Ash telling Go he used to belong to Paul. This just brought back so many nice memories for me, my favourite series, and the best part of it being re-explored here was just so nice to see. And it seems like Infernape and Paul are on good terms now. Infernape even listens to one of Paul's commands when he tells it to go train with the other Pokemon, which was weird but interesting. Ash and Paul have their 3-on-3 battle and the battle was okay. Honestly I expected a bit more, a few more lessons for Ash to learn, some final words of wisdom from Paul, but we didn't really get any of that. I suppose this battle was about Ash's Journeys team learning new moves. Lucario learnt Bullet Punch and Gengar learnt Will-O-Wisp. But honestly, the Will-O-Wisp reveal felt so underwhelming. It's not really a move that creates much hype or intensity, but the battle was solid and Ash manages to win. After this, Paul leaves and we learn that he didn't want to compete in the Pokemon World Championship because he doesn't like the festivities. This was funny because it's so like Paul to do as he is such a hipster, and he also gets offered to become a gym leader. Not sure for what gym, but still a very cool aspect and one that makes a lot of sense. So I'm pretty mixed on this episode, which is so painful for me to say. We have Paul, we have Ash's old Pokemon, we have Diamond and Pearl flashbacks, but it just felt so crammed. I feel like Journeys episode 68 did a way better job of fitting these things in. I felt like Ash barely got any interaction here with any of his old Pokemon other than Infernape. He just kept saying Infernape, Charizard and everyone else, thanks for your help. No one really interacted on a one-on-one basis. I guess it is hard now with so many Pokemon he has, but I felt it could have been handled a lot better. And then there's Paul. He was captured nicely, but he really didn't do a lot. He came and said a few things, battled Ash, but there was no real reason for them to battle. Sure, he went out and caught all the aces of the Masters 8 trainers to help prepare Ash, but he didn't explain why. He didn't give any insight. I feel like Paul's character is much more than what was portrayed in this episode, and they didn't quite get him right. Some things he did was perfect, but I guess I just expected so much more from him. So although it was nice to see all these things back, Ash's Pokemon and Paul, this felt like a nostalgia trip just for the sake of it. There wasn't much thought behind this return. But there still was a lot of positives because this wasn't a bad episode by any means. I really loved the Diamond and Pearl flashbacks. It made me happy seeing this story retold. I like seeing all of Ash's Pokemon training his new Pokemon, helping them learn new moves. There was a lot of cool aspects and this episode set up Ash nicely for the Masters 8 next week. There was a lot of good stuff, but I feel like this episode should have been better. It should have been a 10 out of 10. But there was a lot of stuff missing for me, but still overall a good episode. And despite all my negativity and disappointment with certain aspects of this episode, I'm going to give this episode an 8 out of 10. Let me know your thoughts on this episode. Did you enjoy? What is your rating? Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.